Welcome everybody, this is Mark Randall, and today I'm going to cover an explanation of the compensation plan inside of A2. You know, John D. Rockefeller said, I would rather earn 1% off 100 people's efforts than 100% off of my own efforts. And you know, when you think about that, that makes sense because you only got to do 1% of the work. No, I'm just kidding. Before I get started in this today, I want to tell you that A2 operates in the states that are shown in the map on the screen. If you live in a yellow or a red state, that means we have an alternative product available for you until which point in time critical care gets approved in those states. To give you a simple overview of the compensation plan as easy as I can tell you, if you want to increase your income and start building your own agency, you can do that by referring 2 agents into the A2 program and selling 2 married couples a year or 4 lives a year. That's it. Don't make A2 too complicated out there. If you can accomplish getting 2 agents to our site to join and sell a couple of married couples a year, you can make more money with A2. Now, you want to make more income yet? Then set your goal to sell 1 policy a month. You can qualify for some of our highest comp levels just by averaging 1 policy a month from the point in time you start into the A2 program. There's no big time commitment involved here. You decide the amount of commitment you want to make to the A2 program. Recruiting, don't make it such a big deal either. Basically, the agent that introduced you and sent you to this site to watch this video is starting to build their own agency. And in order to do that, they have to get 2 people to join the A2 membership. So basically what you got to do is use the tools we give you to refer agents to our site. We give you email templates, which is probably the easiest way to do this. Email it out to some of your buddies in the insurance business and send them to our site and let us do the recruiting for you. You're not going to be alone in this deal. The whole concept in the program is you refer 2 agents to A2, and then you help them refer 2 agents to A2, and then they help their 2 recruit agents to A2, etc., so that each one of the members only has to really go out there and get 2 people to make A2 successful. So with that said, let's take a look at how you join the program. If you want to join, the first thing you do is go over to the contracting button, click on it, download the contracting, fill it out, and fax it in. Then go out there and write 1 critical care policy with at least $500 of annualized premium. Or you can write 2 of them at $250, etc. Right then, that point in time, you're a recruiter and you're ready to start building your own agency. Now, as a recruiter, any personal production that you do, for the first 5 policies per month, you earn 30 and 4. 30% first year, 4% renewals, and this is called your A2 production. Your commission is vested 100% day 1, even if you go back to a broker's contract. That's the guarantee we offered you up front with A2. Now, if you are a hitter and you go out there and write more than 5 policies a month, for your 6th through the 10th policies, we'll pay you a regular broker commission, street level of 50 and 6. Now, if you go out there and you write more than 10 apps in a month, we'll pay you a 60 and 8 for all the production you do over the 10th app. And remember one thing, Mom and Dad, even if I write them on the same application and they're issued on the same policy, they count as 2 of them. So when you're counting up to your 10, remember that in the back of your mind. Okay, once you become on board as an A2 member, then you can go out there and start referring agents to the program. Now, when you go out there and talk to agents, you can offer them the best of both worlds, just like we're making an offer to you right now. If they take a look at A2 and they don't really want to join A2, fine. They can become a broker. You can offer them a direct contract with GTL of 50 and 6, which is the normal street level contract, and you'll get a 10 and 2% override on all of their production of the agents that you go out and recruit as a broker. If you talk to an agent and they decide they want to join A2, then they become one of your personal recruited agents, which is a PR1. And you get a 10% first year and 2% override for all of their production. Notice what we did here. It doesn't matter to you whether they want to be a broker or an A2 member. You're going to receive the same override in their production. So basically, you can go out there. You only have to get a couple But you can recruit as many brokers or as many PR1s as you want to. Just make sure they're in A2 states and go out there and recruit to your heart's content. But remember that you do have to get 2 of them referred in. And this is a good product. Agents are going to love this product. You go out and talk to them. This is the product that you'd probably tell them they should take a look at anyway. You're just now getting some compensation for that. And you're not risking a whole lot by coming into the A2 program. If you become a broker, you can get 50 and 6. Okay, so if you go write $1,000 policy, that means you're going to get $500 first year commission and $60 renewals. Now, if you join A2, you drop down to a 30 and 4, so that same $1,000 policy, you got $300 first year and $40 renewals. But remember, you referred 2 agents into the program. If they each go out there and write an app apiece for $1,000, guess what? Year 10 and 2 override means you get $200 first year and $40 renewals. So with year production and the 2 people that you referred, you're at $500 first year, $80 renewals. You actually have a better deal than if you were a broker already. So as long as you just refer 2 agents into the program and they match your production, guess what? You've already surpassed what you could do as a broker out there. That's why A2 is such a great deal out there, okay? Because there isn't a lot of risk for you coming on board. Once you're a recruiter, your next job is to get to be a manager. In order to become a manager, you have to recruit or refer your 2 agents into the program, okay? And they each have to have written an application. As long as you've recruited those 2 in there and they've each written an application, you now are a manager. As a manager now, you do have to write at least 1 policy every 3 months you're in the program. And you will receive a 10 and 2 override on all the production of your on your PR1 brokers and agents, okay? And you'll receive a 1% override on all production from the first 5 levels of agents after you. So here's where you start earning some override now. Now we got 1% for 5 levels starting to come in. Okay, just before I go any farther, I want to make sure you kind of understand something. There's 2 real areas to make money inside of A2. The first area is your overrides, okay? And that's where I talk about when I say you earn a 1% override on 5 levels. The way the overrides work is you recruit 2 agents. That means there's 2 people right below you. Then they go recruit 2 agents, and then it grows by 2s all the way down. Okay, and that's what we call the levels. Now, the opposite side of the spectrum is your personally recruited agents. Personally recruited agents, whether they're 1, 2, or 3 agents, are going to go into the first spot that's open inside of your hierarchy, regardless of what level that's going to be on. See, what you have to remember is that you only can have 2 people right below you. So if you got a person up above you that recruits a bunch of people, he can only put 2 of them right below him, then he has to put the next one down below them somewhere. So it's possible you could become an A2 member, and before you even get a chance to go out and recruit, you could already have 1, 2, or 5, or 10 agents below you. So when you go out and recruit your first one, they're going to go into a spot that might be 4 or 5 levels deep. Okay, doesn't matter. You receive on your personal recruits that 10 and 2 override, regardless of what level they're on. So anybody you personally recruit is called a PR1 agent, and that's what you get the 10 and 2 on. When your PR1 agents go out and recruit their agents, okay, the agents they recruit are your PR2 agents, and you get a 2% and a 0.5% override on them, again, regardless of what level they end up on. Any agents your PR1 agents recruit, they become your PR2. Any agents your PR2 members recruit become your PR3 agents, and you get the same 2 and 0.5% override on them. Now, you can recruit any number of PR1s, and they can recruit you any number of agents, and you're going to get an override on them over and above every other thing in the company, just because they're in that personally recruited lineup there. So I'll tell you what, take a hard look at this. We talk about the fact that A2 is formed as a joint venture between recruiters and producers. If you're a producer and you just want to go out and recruit 2 people and you don't want nothing more to do with that recruiting, that's fine. You produce. That's what we need you for. You're going to have people that come in here that are recruiters, though. And they're going to realize the opportunity in A2 is recruiting. So what's going to happen is they're going to sit there and just keep recruiting agents and plugging them in below them. And there's possibility that you're going to get advantages from that and have agents signed up below you. So personally recruited agents is anybody in the line that you started when you recruited your first 2. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the designations again. We were just at the manager designation. Okay? Now the agency designation, you have to produce at least 1 policy and $750 production for every 3 months you've been an A2, with a minimum of 4 policies and $3,000. Based on what we're seeing in A2 so far, agents don't wait around for this. If you go out and write 4 policies your first month and you meet that $3,000 personal production, as long as you have 6 people that are at least recruiters below you, boom, you're already at agency designation. You need to have 6 PR1, 2, or 3 agents below you. So when you go out and get your 2 agents, okay, they're your PR1 agents, and then you help them each get 2. So your PR1 guy here got 2, and your PR2 guy, or 1 guy here got 2. Guess what? 4, 5, 6, you've already got 6 agents active in your business. You can meet the agency designation very early on inside of A2. And think about it after that as just like compounding interest. You know how you go out there and you put money in the bank and you see that curve of the compounding return? Here's what the power of 2 does inside of A2. If you go out and get 2 and then you help them get 2 and they help their agents get 2 and the next agents help their agents get 2, you'd be amazed at how fast your agency can go. You could think of it this way. You got 2 people that you recruited. They recruited 2 and then 2 more. By level 4, you already got 16 agents. By level 5, 32. And at this point in time, if you added them all up, you'd have 62 agents in your downline already. That's what we talk about. We talk about building a hierarchy inside of A2. Now, as an agency, you get a 1% override on all the agents in level 6 through 10 of your hierarchy. Remember, when I'm talking the hierarchy, I'm talking this concept right here. You don't know where these agents come from. They might come from you or ones your agents recruited, or somebody above you might have recruited them, okay? But they're agents that are in your hierarchy and you're going to receive commission on them. So if you look at that, we get another 1%. And now look at this. We get a 6% override on all the A2 production from all of our agents on level 5. Now I'll tell you what. Let's go back to the slide before. Level 5, you could have 32 agents in there. If you had 32 agents out there and they're writing an app a month, that 6% is going to add up to some pretty serious dollars. Okay. Now the next step in A2 is the GA designation. In order to reach GA, you have to have personal production that is a minimum of 6 policies with $4,500 of annualized premium. Okay. And you have to have maintained at least your 1 policy every 3 months. Remember that. Once you reach GA compensation, you get an additional 6% on the 10th level of your hierarchy. On the 10th level of your hierarchy, there's room for 1,024 agents. Could you imagine making a 6% override on all the production from 1,000 agents out there? That's a real strong compensation level to reach. Once you hit GA, okay, well, I'll just stop for a minute and I should clarify. Remember, everything we talked about so far, all you did was refer 2 agents into A2, help them get 2, and you've been selling at least 1 policy every 3 months and meeting the guidelines for, like the GA saying you have to have a minimum of 6 policies. So all you've had to do is just do these 2 simple things. And let's take a look at what kind of money you could make inside of A2. Let's assume that you've reached this GA designation and all you've got is the agents in your first 5 levels, but they're full. Now, all of your agents right now are going out there and writing one policy per month, and that one policy per month is averaging $1,800 premium, which is actually less than the average premium we have coming into A2 right now. Let's take a look at how much you'd be earning if you had this coming in. Your personal production, you would have sold 12 policies in a year during this scenario. At $1,800 each, there would be your premium, there would be your first year commission. Then you get an override on your PR1 agents. They'd sell 24 since there's 2 of them. They sold 24 policies at the $1,800. We got $4,320 coming there. But the 2 that they recruited, you get a commission override also. Now you've got 48 agents out there that are selling. Okay, total premium $86,000, 2%, another $1,728. But they went recruited agents, so you've got those agents you're earning money on. Then you got that 1% on your first 10 levels out there. We only have 5 of them that we're using here, so we're giving you 1% on 5 of them. And then you get your override and the bonus in the 5th level. That's that 6% bonus you get on everybody in your 5th level. Your annual income based on that would be about $71,000. Now, you know what? For going out there and referring a couple people to the program, if you could knock down $71,000 a year extra money, sideline money, most agents go, I'd like that a lot. And remember one thing, we're just showing you the first 5 levels. As a GA, you would also have earned 1% on all your levels 6 through 10. We're not even showing you that. We're just showing you the first 5 levels. If I wanted to show you a GA with all 10 levels filled, and I'm not going to use the $1,800 average premium, I'm only going to use a $1,000 average. Let me show you what the income potential would be, not including profit sharing. Okay? Not including profit sharing, you could get into a 7-digit income range just at a GA level. Now, I'll tell you what, if you made that, you'd be excited, right? And every one of you sitting there going, yeah, but I'll never make that. Who cares? If you made half of that, wouldn't you be excited? If you made a fourth of that, wouldn't you be excited? Considering all you had to do is refer 2 agents in and you've been selling 1 app every 3 months. That's a pretty good deal. Now remember, this isn't a representation of the income that you're going to make or should expect to make. This is just an illustration to show you what could happen. Because the MGA designation is where it's all at. Once you hit the MGA level, you get everything that you've earned so far. Plus, we're going to give you another 1% override on all the agents below you in your first 10 levels that are not below another MGA. Plus, we're going to pay a 0.5% renewals on all the production for agents in your first 10 levels. Plus, you get 1 share of profit sharing pool A. Now, I'll tell you what, we're not going to show you any more income potentials because they look way too big. We'll let you figure it out, okay? But let me tell you something, just those renewals alone could make up some real substantial income to you. So let's take a look at these profit sharing pools. Basically, the way profit sharing works is simple. Every agent inside of A2 has the capability of earning the full amount of commission we got coming in. If they don't qualify for some of that, that money gets thrown into the pools. Then each month we have profit sharing pools then that's going to be split equally between the agents that have a share in that pool. And I'll tell you what, these profit sharing pools could get pretty good as time goes on here. So this is a real powerful part of the compensation program inside of A2. And it's why we can actually end up paying a GA more commission than they could make if they got the highest contract with the company. It's why we can come out to any agent and say, stack our contract up against a broker contract, and we're going to end up paying you a higher percentage on the production that you're doing out there. That's what's so cool about A2, is the ability to do that. And one of the ways we can do that are with these profit sharing pools. Now, MGA eligibility, you're thinking, well, what do I got to do to get that? Basically, you have to write 1 app each month from the time you started in the program to that point in time, averaging $1,000 of production. That's it. If you go out there and you start writing one app a month day one, by the time you reach the GA level, you're going to see that your production is way over 25,000 every 3 months. Because the second eligibility requirement is you have to have new production of 25,000 for each of the 3 previous months. So set your goal day one that you're going to write an app a month. By writing that policy a month, you're going to qualify for a lot of compensation goals here, because there's levels that are above MGA, there's SMGA, there's FMO, there's the SFMO level, and each of them, of course, involves additional compensation out there. But you know what? You don't need to worry about those right now. Make your first goal to make that MGA level. You know, the key to A2 is right there. We can show you that you can go as far as you want to go in our program. All you have to do is recruit 2 agents and go out and sell your one app, and you can make more income than you could from a broker. I could show you where at the FMO level, the annual income potential is in excess of $10 million. In A2, though, you decide what you want to commit here. Work as hard as you want and make the dollars that you want extra. You don't have to be a superstar in our program. We're just as happy with an agent that goes out there and recruits 2 agents and personally produces one app every 3 months, because that helps the overall production of our producer group. Because that's what this is. It's nothing more than a producer group. Same time, I'm going to be just happy to see a guy that's going to go out there and recruit 50 agents for me. And so I'm going to reward him for doing that. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter what you want to do. Do what you want to do to make the amount of money you want to make out of A2. You know, here's the bottom line. We've got a product here with a potential market right now of over 50 million people. You know what? That's going to drive sales for a long time. But as we go out there and penetrate this market with critical care, we're going to continue to look for products out there that are good niche products. We're not asking you to give up your day job. We're not asking you for a full-time commitment. We're asking you to sell a product that you probably would sell anyway on the side and have some fun and make some extra income from it. So what we're going to do is keep an eye out there for more products that are easy to sell, fast underwriting, high issue rate, etc. And when we find a product like that, we'll bring it into A2. Now, you could make the decision at that point in time whether you want to participate in that product or not. The decision's yours. We're not trying to interfere with your main business, and basically all we want to do is supplement your income. At the same point in time, we have to make sure that we want to be careful of the people we're working with out there. You know, we can be incredibly successful if we could just go out there and get 1% of the market out there. So we have to realize that we're dealing with an agency here who is the large brokerage that we've talked about that normally brings these new products out to the agents. And we have to respect their relationships. So we do have what's called a protected agent list. If you go to our site, you'll see the button for protected agent list. And these are agencies that we want to protect their agents. So what we're asking agents is, please don't recruit or attempt to recruit or even show them a presentation to any agent that's contracted with First Command, Golden Care Career, Axia, and LTCFP. Okay, that way we're basically protecting the relationship that the agency brokerage house enjoys with these companies, and we don't want to interfere with that. We might change this list in the future, so make sure you keep on top of this and keep looking at that list. Otherwise, use the tools that we give you to go out there and have fun. We've got great sales tools for you. We have a decline and uninsurable kit to use if you're in long-term care insurance and you want to go out there and penetrate your clients who have been declined or were uninsurable for long-term care. Okay, we have the Buy Your Declines campaign. The Buy Your Declines campaign, you can work with other long-term care agents and offer critical care to their declines and uninsurable. We have the P&C office package. It's not quite done yet, but it's pretty close, where you can go to a P&C agency and say, how about if I work with you and we offer this to your clientele out there? We have a proven consumer presentation available in PowerPoint or PDF formats. We have online applications with signatures. We've got internet sales training. We're trying to keep cutting edge in how you go out there and market insurance. We also offer free recruiting tools to you. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to sign up here. We're not going to make any money trying to sell you tools here. They're all free of charge to you. We got a great website that you can refer your agents to so they can go there and decide if A2 is something they want to do or not. Okay? Let us do the bulk of that recruiting. Just get them there. We have online contracting. We have program entry forms, the whole package. So we've got everything you need to go out there and make this happen. But remember one thing, we're not going to let anybody backdoor you. So nobody that comes to us directly will be given a contract inside of A2. Okay, the fact of the matter is that when they come to us and want to get into A2, they have to give us the name and number of a current A2 member. So when you go out there and you refer other agents to come on board, make sure you tell them, if you sign up, here's my number, and have them enter that number so they can get into the program nice and easy. In fact, we want to make sure we offer the full protection behind A2 to you members out there. If you're a member of A2, we have another website you can go to, and you can enter any agent or agency name into that website, and we'll automatically protect you for 90 days. This is real-time protection, so the key is that you've got to make sure that you go there, you enter the name and stuff, and immediately we'll automatically lock that person up for you. Not only will we lock it up from other A2 members, we'll also lock it up from Golden Care. Golden Care is who designed this program and is bringing it out to agents nationwide. And even their regional directors will agree to protect your agent for you for 90 days. So if you've got a good friend or a good agent out there that you want to recruit, and you'd want to make sure that you got some time to get them into it slowly but surely, go ahead and go to that site, enter their name, and we'll protect you for that 90-day period of time. After 90 days, they're a wide open game again, but for that 90 days, you've got that protection. You know what? When you look at A2 and you look at our ironclad guarantee, if at any point in time you want to go back to being a broker, you can go back to a broker's contract. We'll release you automatically, and you'll be able to keep all of your commissions that you earned on your own personal production or anybody that you recruited into production. You know what? What a great guarantee when you think about it. And the reason that we're willing to offer you that guarantee is because we know once you come on board, you're going to like it and realize this is the way to go. So it all adds up. Just realize in your mind you don't have anything to lose. Why not join A2 today and get started on your way to making your goals out there? Thank you very much for the time you spent listening to this. I hope that you make a good decision. Thank you.